Okay, well, I'm at the Dennis Seisis seminar down in Durham, and I've caught up with Jim Dawson, who, surprised to see you here, Jim, in the middle of the Six Nations, and this is a cricket ground, not a rugby field, but delighted to see you here. So, catching up with people here, is this just an opportunity? Groundsmanship is groundsmanship?
Yeah, groundsmen, we all like to exchange values and views, on best practices and how we can help each other, whether it's cricket, football, rugby, golf. We all try and help each other here.
So you pick up something from the talks this morning. You've picked up some things that you could take back to BT Murraryfield.
Yes, that's correct. Because obviously somebody might have a different problem that they've had, and exchange views and just to help each other out. And it's good to morale as well, especially in this wet period.
Well, exactly. You talk about that. Now, we mentioned the fact that during the Six Nations, just was it 10 days ago, you must have been so jealous of Lee down at the Principality Stadium with his roof when you were out there for the Calcutta Cup 10 days ago.
Absolutely. It's just one of the things. We live in Scotland. We have some of the best weather, but in the mix of that, you've got some of the worst weather that comes with it as well, especially in Scotland.
Well, that was something. I mean, and we mentioned it earlier today during some of the seminars that despite that weather, the pitch held up incredibly well. Now, that's a pitch that went down, was it about 5 or 6 years ago that pitch went down?
It went down in 2013, so it's now 6 years old now. So it's for last Saturday there. We had team runs on the Friday, pitch rehearsals on the Saturday, full international game on Saturday afternoon, and amongst all that heavy weather. Come in Sunday to do some remedial works, then finding out that we got a Scotland women's game potentially coming in Monday afternoon.
So you did?
So we had that as well. And then
was that supposed to be at Scotstoun or something, or somewhere that was earlier on, and it was deemed unplayable?
Yes, it was supposed to be played at Scotstoun, but the only thing that called it off was the high winds. So it wasn't so much it was spectator safety. Fans travelling for this game was the big thing, because you were having 70, 80 mile an hour winds and amongst all the heavy rain. Then we decided to bring it back to BT Murraryfield on Monday. So we had that. And then on the Tuesday we had Edinburgh had a wee slight training session on the pitch. So over the full weekend, I think we had about 28 hours pitch usage.
And it shows, because they mentioned again earlier today that the profile, Six Nations profile when it comes to sport, the fact it's on terrestrial television, is so in the public eye. It's the biggest thing for about, 2.5 months during the course of that, the Six Nations, and stressful times.
Yeah, it can be, because you want that pitch to be the best it can be. You're promoting it in front of not just 60,000 people at Murrayfield, but the whole world. Maybe a couple of million people watching it on TV as well, and every one of them is either a football critic or a referee. So they always want to make their wee points.
But a very fact, I mean, there can't have been many complaints about the BT Murrayfield's pitch over the last few years, because it's been impeccable. We haven't always had the best rugby played on it, particularly being a Scotsman, but the pitch is always, there's no excuses when it comes to the pitch.
No, not since we've had the hybrid pitch. Absolutely outstanding playability. First year, second year, I think we had about nearly 70, 80 games played on it, which has been unsurpassed in previous years. I think we're going up to nearly that already this year, with still other games to come up.
And what's the lifespan of a pitch like that? How many more years do you get out of it?
Well, I know some of the pitches down south, they have been in there for a good 15, 20 years now, but everything's changing, evolving, so you get better practices. So there's new cis grass on the market, which has taken over Deso. You've got the hybrid carpets, they're coming into play as well. But the other thing too is there is artificial pitches out there as well, but they have got their purpose as well.
Now you've got the French game coming up. When's that? In 2 or 3 weeks' time?
2 weeks' time.
And then we'll continue to get Edinburgh, won't you? And there's the new Edinburgh pitch, the mini Murrayfield that's been built at the moment, so that'll give you another responsibility as well going forward.
That's correct. We'll have that. We'll have our 2 back pitches to look after, main pitch at Murrayfield, and we'll also look after Glasgow Warriors as well.
And they're artificial pitches, so you've got to have a breadth of experience and skills to look after different types of pitch.
Yeah, well, the good thing is with Paddy at Glasgow, he does an absolute outstanding job with his core skills that he's learned with that pitch, and he's won accolades for it as well.
Well, I'll let you go, Jim. Thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time. I know we're both Scotsmen, and we maybe hope that we see a better result for the French game than we had for the English game, but that's just my Scottish bias coming through. But thank you very much for a little bit of your time.
Thank you very much, Scott.